Hi guys, welcome back to another craft with me video. I have a really super easy, super fun, beginner friendly project for you today. And we are simply making either wax seal or faux wax seal little paper clips. Look at how cute these are. Look at that. And then you put them on, you know, a card or paper. Let's fold this in half so you can see. And look how cute these stick out. Isn't that the cutest? I love it. And so I made a bunch of them already. I was kind of already making some and I thought, let me share it with you because they're really a lot of fun to make. You can use pictures, you can use whatever you want. I'm actually using the photo booth, the Tim Holtz photo booth images. So I have some of these out. You can also use the snapshots, which are just the vintage pictures. And we have two things. I'm going to be doing the wax seals, and I'm also doing the hot glue gun. So I'm also using this, the 1-inch circle punch, and that's going to give us our little image. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn this on so that I can have this already going. So let me move everything off to the side and let me get my, if I can see where I've put my, okay, let me get started. Oh no, here it is. I was going to say, let me get started, but no, I have it here. So we are just going to turn this on. I have a glass mat, so I'm not worried about anything going wrong. I'm going to put this on and let's do, you don't need too many. I'm going to do 2 black and let's do 2 of this blue. Okay, so we're going to let that melt while we're doing this. So I have the regular, I guess they're called the jumbo clips, and they're 2 inches long. So I have some of these out, and I already have these made, but I'm going to show you how I make the other ones. Now we're just going to punch out. Look at how cute that's going to look. And then we have another one. We could do 2 of the girls here. And then we can do, let's see, you get a lot. Look, we could do 3 of the kids here. And let's see, we can get this little girl. So I got 4 out of that one picture, and look how cute they are. Love them. Okay, so we're going to do this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on here. I have my glue gun already going, and I do have the clear glue sticks. You don't need, well, for this one you do need to make sure that they're clear. So I'm just going to put one in here just in case. I'll leave it out. Let me make sure that it's ready to go. It sure is. And I'm just going to pump a few. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 1 more. And 1 more for good measure. Okay. And I do have this that it's like a solid one. And I'm just going to put that right on top. Pressing that down. And we're going to let that cool down. Okay. And now I believe that this is ready. So for this one, I'm just going to use another little corner here. We're not going to use that. We're just going to put this on here like this. Pour that down. I'm going to leave that off to the side. And we're just going to put this right on top. So in case you don't have one of these, We're just going to put this right on top. And we're going to let that cool down. See how easy? 2 different ways, super easy. So if you don't have like any of this stuff, you don't need it. So really, really easy. We're just going to wait for this to cool down so that we can pop these back off. So let's go ahead and give this a minute. Okay, these should be ready to go. So let's take this off. Look at this. Look how cool that looks. It is a little frosty, but that's okay. And then this one is going to pop right off. Not bad, right? Now for this one, let's go ahead and put this off to the side. I'm going to leave my hot glue gun on because I'm going to need it. But this one, if we don't want it to stay clear, we just want it to be clear for the image in the middle. And what I'm going to be using is just a simple marker. And this one is actually a metallic marker. And I like these better. And we're just going to color around it. So this is kind of like a metallic blue. I'm just going to brush all around. Now it doesn't have to be perfect, and this is going to need a minute to cool and to, not to cool, but to dry. So let's go ahead and keep going around. See that? So you can make it to where it doesn't have to be metallic. You can use any marker, but you can make it to where it matches any of your projects. And these are just going to look really nice. Just like a little tab thing sticking out of your project, your journal, whatever project you're working on that needs some type of little embellishment. This is going to be perfect. Okay, we're going to let that cool down for a minute. I keep saying cool down. That's not what I mean. I mean to let it dry. Now we do have other ones that I've done. Like for example, this one I colored as well. But see this one, what I did was I just put a glob of hot glue and then I just stuck the little picture in the middle. So you have a bunch of different options. If you don't want to put this on top, then just get the glue and stick your picture right on top, just like I did the wax melt seal. And now we get to start decorating them. I'm going to bring this back because this is going to help me kind of keep my surface clean. And so here I have, now this you can see, this part, the shorter part is what's sticking up. It's just sticking up. And so with this side, I'm going to use this as my front side instead of it being this way. So I'm going to use this as my front. So I'm going to keep that like this. And then let's go ahead and decorate this one. I think that would be fun. So we're going to put that and we're just going to get a bunch of different little scraps, anything that you have on hand. I'm just going to get a little bit of this, a little bit of this. You do need something a little bit more solid for the back, and I have been using just a little bit of this just to put it on the back. And then let's see. Do I have like a turquoise type of ribbon? I have this. It's kind of like an aqua kind of color. So we'll use a little bit of this, and let's see. I think I also want to use a little bit of the black. So let's get little pieces of this. So let's see how we can make this work. Just kind of mapping out what I want. I think that'd be pretty. So you make it as big or as little as you want. I think I like this. And I don't know if I still want to put this on now. Okay, so let me see where I have the top. That's going to go like this. So let's put this down this way. I'm going to add this on, remembering that this smaller part is going to be down. So I'm going to add that here to the bottom. Putting that down right there. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more glue on top. And then we'll use this as our backing and put that down. Now I don't want to touch it because it's hot. So what I'm going to do is flip it over. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this down. And this will go right here. Then here I could press it down. Just pressing that down, making sure that it cools down before I lift it up. Let me bring that a little bit into frame here. And you can kind of feel the heat through the seal. So once it starts to cool down, I think we're good. See that? All done. And now we can add just a little fun little flower or something here. So let's see what we have. I can put that off here to the side. Just add a little dab of glue there. Put that off to the side up here. Pressing that down because I wanted to make sure that it goes through all of the layers. And we are done. Look how cute that is. And this is how it's going to look when we have it on the project. And we could put a little something here in the back too. So let's put, I don't have anything black. I could make my own bow, but you know, we could put this on the back so that it's cute on both sides. See that? And there it is. Not bad, huh? All right, let's do another one. Let's do this guy. Well, I really like him because he's on the plain black. But let's do another color. This one has the purples and pinks, so let's do that one. That one for sure we'll use these. And see if we have some purple, maybe cutesy little. Let me get into my other drawer here. I do have this purple ribbon. So just using whatever you have. I have this purple too, so let's grab a piece of this. All right, and then again, I'm gonna get I was gonna say a slice. Get a piece of this for the back, just to kind of help seal it. You could get fabric, you could get practically anything that you have. So let's do this, kind of map this out again. Let's get a little glob of this. I like this cheesecloth because I had it all crumbled up in my stash. So now it's like the perfect. Okay, let's put this down this way. And then this could go here. Yeah, let's put glue back here. Put this like this. Okay. And then we can add this cute little thing. I don't know if I can make it into a little bow. I guess I can, especially with my hot glue gun. So let's put this a little bit. So you're doing kind of the little awareness ribbon. Okay. So I'm going to put a little dot of glue back here, right where it meets. Pressing that down softly because I don't want it to kind of run out. And then right back here, again, where that crisscross meets, we're going to put another little dot of glue. And then we're going to bring the center part of this down here. And press. And there we have our little bow. Easy, right? And we can put this here. Or we can put it down here. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe let's cut these off a little bit more. Let's cut this like this. Trying to see how I want to cut this. Yeah. We'll just put that there. We can put like a little flower or something in the middle. So let's glue this down. Put this off over here. And then I do have these little purple flowers we can put right in the middle. So again, they're kind of like very tall. So I just kind of flatten it out with my fingers. Just add a little dot of glue right in the middle. Add that there. Pressing that down. Trying to get it flat. It is really windy outside. I hear it howling. Okay. And then, gotta make sure that this is straight. We can always straighten it out after. But we're gonna put some glue here. Put this down. A little bit more glue around it. Put this down. Turn this over. Straighten it out. And we're pressing. I think these are so cute. And once you get started, you're going to want to keep going. So because there's so many different options, and I'll show you all of the ones that I made. But it was so much fun to make. And I was kind of skeptic about sharing because I thought, you know, but they're just so much fun. And I think the perfect little embellishment for any project. So, only because they're so easy. So easy. but just to kind of give you ideas. And I did get this idea. This is not my original idea. I got it from Pinterest. And so I will share, sorry, my voice is a little scratchy, but I will share the link to that Pinterest photo that I found that kind of inspired this whole project. So there it is. Let me just show you the rest of them. I have so many more to make, you can tell. But you can add practically anything to these. See, this is one that I actually colored. So this is more of a, I don't know what color gold that is. But there's that one. There is this one. There's a simple blue one. This one is actually the hot glue over her face. See that? This one again is another one with the hot glue on his face. But I added these little mini gears, which I thought was fun. This one is the wax melt. And I just pressed the little picture on in the middle. I should put a little something on the back. Does this one have anything? Oh yeah, look. This one has a little gear on the back. Let's see what else. I did make a few purple. This one is colored. So this one is also the, I think this is the glue. And I just put the picture on top. Again, I'll probably put a little something on the back. Here's this one. Love this one. So just a lot of fun little ideas. This one I kind of messed up on the size, so I put both. A little bow and a little flower. There's this one. Then we have this one. Then we have this one. So look at that one. This one I didn't even color. I think this one was the clear wax. And I didn't even color it, but there it is. And look, this one I used a square little piece just to see what it looked like. Not a fan, but if you like that, then there you go. And that, my friends, is it. Super easy, super fun. I hope you guys give it a try. Let me know if you like it. And I will see you for another video. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we will be decorating our sewing theme pocket folio, the Tim Holtz one that we've been working on. I missed last week because I was sick, but we're going to keep working on it tomorrow. So make sure you come back for that. And until then, have a great day, guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.